Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series between Remind and Infi. We see Remind spawning as the red undead player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Infi spawning as the teal, what did I say, undead? Excuse me. Red Night Elf player over here on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Infi has spawned as the teal human over here on the top right. Now, I am adjusting my game sounds still. Hopefully you guys can hear them. Hopefully my voice is not distorted. Please let me know. I've been changing and tweaking the game sounds so much, and I don't have an audio manager to try and balance things out after the fact. What you see is pretty much what you get in my cast. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening down over here. Remind has opened up with a quick Ancient of War, and I am expecting an Archmage versus a Demon Hunter. Now we could go for Warden first, and it is actually in fact going to be a Warden first. Warden first going up against a Mountain King, so alright, I take it back. I have absolutely no idea what these players are going for. But a solo Warden can be very, very powerful on a map like this. Now, one of the reasons, or one of the questions that a lot of players ask me is, why would a Warden be useful on a map like Echo Isle? There is not that many creep camps, and it seems like it would be rather difficult to get that unit all the way up, or get that Warden high level. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to see the Troll Shadow Priest try and dodge here, and it is purposely dodging back around over here. And you can take a look, the Warden really wants to get a Shadow Strike in, and does end up getting a Shadow Strike onto that Footman. Now, what are we going to see coming back over here? A beautiful block by Infi's Peasant, making sure that the Warden doesn't get the kill there. And what is more important is that Infi ended up grabbing another Troll Shadow Priest. Double Troll Shadow Priest is extremely important even if you do not have water elementals in the early stages of the game, just because of that early heal. And all of a sudden, the Troll Shadow Priest really effectively converts Moonwell mana into hit points pretty fast, and that does end up causing a bit of problems for human players now. Taking a look at Infi, Infi has still, or was still training up some peasants. He has not trained up any more as of yet. They may all be heading back to work here in just a moment, and we should be seeing a handful more peasants be trained up, and then perhaps going into a fast expansion. Echo Isle is very much known for fast expansions, as we see the Troll Shadow Priest finishing off that Wisp. Going back to my original thought though, it is very, very easy for the Warden to get to level 6 because of the size and the size of the map. The fact that there is not that many creep camps early on means that the Warden can easily get to 3, maybe even up to 4. But the real difficulty for Wardens and any hero in general is trying to get from level 4 to 5 and then 5 to 6. Creep camps, their experience drops off significantly. With a map like Echo Isle, you are able to engage your opponent a little bit faster than you normally would. And when you take out your opponent's units actually give more experience later on, because because creeps give diminishing returns on experience based on your hero level, while your opponent's units always give a fixed amount. Mountain King has picked up Boots of Speed, does have Dust of Appearance, and is venturing forth with a handful of low hit point footmen. I am extremely curious about this, as we can see that there is an Ancient of War right off over here. We may end up getting a bolt here. Mountain King now heads off to the north, and this is going to be a little bit of a dangerous proposition. Are we going to see a Huntress now pop out of here in just a moment? Oh, there is one unit, and there we go. They're going to have a beautiful Fan of Knives, but the Mountain King going to try and engage. All right, Dust of Appearance has been used. There is a bash, and that is going to be absolutely huge. Just turn around, takes down the Warden at level 3, and also going to get a quick kill on the Troll Berserker. 2 units, 2 very big, very high damage units taken out in pretty much a New York minute, and that is going to be a huge advantage for Infi, as he is now going to perhaps use his second Dust of Appearance. No, not using his second Dust of Appearance. Must still be on cooldown, as Remind is still wandering around there. Alright, there was a bash, and it looks like another archer will end up falling. Infi doing a great job so far this game, as we may be looking at a Wisp trying to escape. It looks like it will be able to escape right there. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of Wisps now trying to get away as well. Moonwells are on auto heal. Mountain King now gets up to level 4. as he does get closer and closer to 75 mana again. All right, it looks like the Warden quickly resurrected. Oh, very daring, dropping the pendant of energy and picking it back up. You can see that how much mana that Warden has now, and a Shadow Strike or some other spell may come into play here as Remind needs to do a little bit more attacking. All right, another pendant of energy drop using that Moonwell once again. However, with only, what, 2 Moonwells out in play, or with one more Moonwell perhaps down to the south. No, that is not it might be another Moonwell. We'll have to take a look at this. And after the Mountain King is able to escape, the Mountain King does have Boots of Speed. The Warden does not want to use a Shadow Strike. There's that Tree of Life. There is that Ancient of War. Where is that additional Moonwell? Down off over here. All right. Wisp looks like it was about to get taken down. Meanwhile, Mountain King still getting in some very, very big bashes. Staff of Teleportation. He will be able to teleport, and now he does have that economic advantage that he was hoping for and looking for, as he may be using a Scroll of Regeneration as well. All right, this is still not looking good there. Mountain King is still able to heal. I guess the Shadow Strike damage over time does not affect the mountain or the regeneration from the Scroll of Regeneration, even though he did take a little bit of damage there. All right. Troll, Shadow Priest, the two of them pretty much on maximum mana. Very interesting there, as the Footmen are now going to turn back around and engage. A beautiful Fan of Knives may be causing some problems, as the Huntress looks like it will get taken down. All right, there goes one unit there. Mountain King could perhaps try to launch another Stormbolt. Does not force the chase, as Infi uses a Clarity Potion for a second time this game and may be able to finish things up. He doesn't even really need a tech to tier 2 right now. It is a little bit later than you would normally like, but he has the hero advantage. He has the economic advantage. He is now bringing over militia as well, and once these militia are all in position, the economic advantage will become even more apparent. The problem for Remind right now is the fact that the Mountain King has so much gold to just constantly hire more and more units from that additional expansion that the Mountain King technically has the technological advantage as well, just because of the tier of unit. Remind could have easily finished off that Ogre Mauler to do a little bit of denial, but decides against it. Mountain King sitting at level 4 may be able to even get to level 5 here before Remind will probably just end up giving up the game. That Mountain King, very strong, gonna go straight after the Huntress, completely ignores the Warden, thinking to himself, you know what, there's not much you can really do anyway. Scroll of Town Portal now used. The Warden will be able to teleport away, but all of the hopes for Remind are now quickly dwindling. Mountain King gonna head back down over here to the south. There is one Ancient of War, one Tree of Life trying to entangle a gold mine. Arcane Tower, Scout Tower, and Lumber Mill all being constructed. Footmen do not have defend, I do not believe. So the Dryad should be able to do a fair bit of damage right there. There goes one Footman getting speared to death by the Dryads. Mountain King, however, comes in with a beautiful surround. Dryad unable to finish things off, and I believe the Warden will end up giving the GG here, or excuse me, the Warden may not be able to give up the GG since she is dead, but Remind may be giving up the GG here in just a second. Arcane Towers are now up. Lumber Mill currently, well, harvesting additional lumber right there, as the peasants are able to do a good bit of, well, collecting while also doing a good bit of attacking. Footman currently on defend mode. You can see there is one Forest Troll Berserker, two Forest Troll Berserkers pushing back those Dryads. That piercing damage really adding up very, very quickly and causing some extra problems. Dryads were hoping to perhaps try and attack from behind the Arcane Towers outside of range, but that is not going to work either, as we are looking at a resurrection on the Warden, who may be late and may end up losing the game before the Warden even makes her third debut. Triple Troll Shadow Priest upgrade to keep has been completed. Plenty of gold. Still needs lumber. There's the advanced improved lumber harvesting, so 20 gold per trip instead of 10, as the Dryads now look to finish off this Arcane Vault. Alright, it looks as though Tree of Life, however, is going to end up falling first. Arcane Vault quickly taken out, as the Tree of Life will fall. Why attack where your opponent is the strongest, where when they have a much, much weaker location on the map that is still easy to take out? Alright, quick detonations, pretty much draining the Mountain King of all of his mana. He's now down to 55 mana, but still should be in a very, very good position to wrap things up. 350 Storm Bolts deal so much damage and really stop any sort of resistance in their tracks as Remind gives up and says GG here, knowing that he has lost game number 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.